Hey, it's Fozzie here, and welcome to another edition of Fozzie at Home. Well, as good of a time as it is with Christmas, unfortunately, everything about Christmas isn't very good. And that results in some really bad movies, specials, parodies, the list goes on and on. And today's ones, I'm really going to have a talk about them. They're both takeoffs of really mediocre shows, really bad things nobody wants, and the final result is, well, this. I'm talking about Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol and Very Brady Christmas. First, their inspiration. The character of Magoo ended up becoming like originally a character who is not trying to poke fun at the blind people, but actually trying to show about the stubbornness of somebody. Like this spawned into a cartoon series that came out in the 1960s, right? Eventually spawning into a theatrical special. When this came place, some genius decided, hey, let's give Quincy Magoo his own special he plays Ebenezer Scrooge. That seemed like a good idea on paper, but the thing is, Magoo isn't a bad character, right? Magoo has some qualities about him, but God, why the hell give him his own Christmas bell? He's just danging a bunch of this thing. Of course, the Brady Bunch was a tale about sort of like inspired by yours, mine, and ours tale about what happens when two families come together, spawning a series that, for God knows why, lasted 4 years, only to thankfully be canceled when it was decided Mike Brady himself didn't want to do the show anymore. You'd think that would have been like where it finally stopped, but no, we get this. We get this mediocre 1 hour made for TV movie about the Bradys all grown up and what happens when Alice gets dumped by Sam for a younger woman and stays with the Bradys. Now, incredibly, as the Brady Bunch actually did have a pretty good movie, actually, even with the original cast after the show ended. So I could really see that. But that worked because, it dealt with a real situation. Here, the entire idea is garbage. Well, what inspiration wins? Well, considering I feel like that, at least Mr. Magoo, for God knows what reason, was popular in these days. Magoo for the win. What about the plots of both? Well, Magoo's Christmas Carol begins like most adaptations. No, I take it back. Magoo's Christmas Carol begins different adaptations. This one actually shows Magoo in the present for us, which was actually creative idea. And it's a shame the rest of the folks cannot do that. No, let me give you the story about the Christmas Carol in 15 seconds. An old miser named Ebenezer Scrooge is an asshole, right? That's all he is. But we see that he has a troubled past, right? He feels about it and tries to make things up, right? by the end, he becomes a good guy, right? He manages to heal Tiny Tim up, right? No, right. That is what it is, right? No, here we actually sympathize with Scrooge through like the second act, and we should. He actually feels bad. He acted bad in the past. What did he do to have his girlfriend leave? He realized his mistake. I ended up focusing on the girl. Oh, and spoiler alert, it doesn't have a goddamn happy ending for Tiny Tim. And what is up for our adventures with the Bradys this time? Well, well, for the most part, the plot is at least does do a decent job. I will give it that. The kids now come back with families of their own, and that much was nice to see, right? Plus, we got kind of a funny moment about like the Brady's like having Alice, telling Alice she's always a family. Oh, but and that's your uniform. I think it's pretty obvious which of these ones wins for plot. Magoo. Now, I'm going to skip the cast. I'm going to skip to the cast due to the fact that, like, since the original cast and both really had no say in how they did, it's not fair to judge them. Plus, for the most part, voice actors with Magoo and the actors on the Brady show were at least trying to have fun, so I give them that. As for the direction, let's see. Who's on board to direct it? Correct me if the information is wrong, but didn't Shorewood's son's own son direct this nightmare? Or didn't maybe Mr. Shorts himself direct it? I don't know who. Yeah, the actual director directed this monstrosity that we're supposed to feel sorry for. Okay. I watched this when I liked the Brady Bunch, which I'm ashamed to admit, and I cannot stand the show. It is a disaster and stuff. As far as Magoo, since my computer's down, I could not find actually who directed it. I do know that I do know this was a company that was. I do know it was directed by a company who was involved with the creation. So I guess like if you were supposed to like it, it was fairly decent. But like, I don't know. There's no way I could excuse this. Oh wait, yes, the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch Christmas wins. What about as a whole? Well, it pains me to say this, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Magoo winning this round. I mean, nostalgia credits that at best. I mean, like, Miss Magoo is not funny. Magoo has never been funny, and he will never be it. That's right. I'm agreeing with Doug Walker. Magoo is so bad. At least the Brady Bunch had a couple of good moments here and there, so I can't flop for that. But in spite of everything, since it's Christmas, I still would like to end this video on a happy note. I do these videos for entertainment. I do these just as a reminder that I'm having fun in them. And I'd really, in spite of everything, really definitely would use these as tools to, like, get, maybe Watson have your opinion on both of these. Okay, so Merry Christmas, guys. Arrivederci.